Good morning. Trying to turn the phone off so it doesn't beep at me. Good morning. Right there. Cleaning his feet. Good morning. Welcome to 31st of October. Samhain. Not Samhain. Definitely not that. As always, if you are watching, do please pop a hello in the comments. I know you're there. I can see the numbers. But blessings of the season to you, wherever you are in the world. It is officially Pumpkin Day. I do have a pumpkin. Got a couple of pumpkins, actually. Pumpkin soup, I reckon. I think that one's a little bit small to be carved, really. But we'll manage. We'll manage. So today's theme is Samhain. How do you celebrate? What does it mean to you? Do you celebrate? Do you celebrate Halloween as well? How do you integrate Halloween and Samhain, or do you keep them separate? Do you celebrate all of it together? How does it work, basically? What you up to, basically? Good morning, Claire. Good morning, Jane. Thank you. Yes, it does happen to be my birthday as well, because fate and all of that. Good morning, Susie. Just pop me and say, blessed be. Off to carve a pumpkin. Oh, have fun. Messy, slimy, but fun. Good morning, Emma. Yeah, all good here, thank you. There is a dog under that pile of blankets there somewhere. Hello, you right there, Eric? Hello. It's a little pair of eyes in the black. Good boy. Yeah, he's a good boy. Yeah, the blanket's a bit dark, isn't it? All we can see is your little eyes peeking out. Good morning. Oh, I've missed lots. Right. Good morning, Maharet. Good morning, Susan from Grey, West Sussex. We visited West Sussex. The girls hijacked me on Tuesday. Oh, let's go to Midhurst for some breakfast. Mm-hmm. We did go to Midhurst for breakfast. And then I got hijacked and taken to the Wealdon Downland Open Air Museum. Brilliant place. I can remember going there as a child when it used to be Singleton Open Air Museum. It is amazing, really. They deconstruct ancient buildings and rebuild them on their land there. Fascinating. We met the very lovely Susan, who did a brilliant talk on a woman's life from the 1300s. Fascinating. We met some very, very argumentative geese. Yeah, it was good. Good day, good fun. Yeah, I'm very, very blessed to have Ness and Heather in my life, that's for sure. But it was lovely to meet Susan as well. And a brilliant day out. And the sun shone, which is always good. Good morning, Amanda. Good morning, Diane. Okay, scroll. It is Eric. Yeah, there's a little pair of eyes there. Oh no, he's gone to sleep now. So get up and go, that dog. Thank you, Maharet. Good morning, Deb. Thank you. Good morning, Kerry. And Emily. Ebony, of course. Cloudy, Clenelly. Yeah, it's kind of grey here. We did have rain this morning. Thank you, Emma. Good morning, Steve. Thank you. Susan, it was lovely and scary. Heather's the scary one, trust me. No, it was a brilliant talk. Absolutely fascinating. I learnt stuff, which is always good. Brilliant stuff. Good morning, Xenia. Good morning. Thank you. Good morning, Christine. Thank you. Good morning, Hannah. Yes, it is that time of the year. I must admit, when we were out on whatever day it was, Tuesday, the trees are only just beginning to turn. Autumn's here, but it's quite slow in coming. And our garden has just burst into a second lease of life kind of thing. There's all sorts of stuff flowering out there now. It's all a bit mad. Good morning, Nicola. Good morning, good morning. So yes, Samhain is the subject for today. How do you celebrate? What does it mean to you? Are there any particular things that you do specifically because it's Samhain? Do you celebrate Halloween as well? Do you meld the two? Do you keep them separate? So many questions. I must admit, used to do Halloween, all the trick-or-treating stuff when the children were younger. They all dressed up. We dressed up. I used to do big displays in the window. I used to move my altar to the front window of the house. We're terraced, so we are prime target for trick-or-treaters. They literally go house to house. So we used to do the whole thing, and the children would always carve pumpkins. My daughter was brilliant at carving pumpkins. Her pumpkin this year will have Winnie in it. And it was, but it's the whole evening. It is literally. We used to end up standing out in the front forecourt because the doorbell would just ring. We'd be up and down, up and down. So we used to end up standing out in the forecourt, just all dressed up and saying hello to everyone and giving out sweets and stuff. Now that the children are grown-ups, we don't do it so much anymore, I must admit. And it has seemed to be a bit quieter in the last few years. Not quite so many trick-or-treaters. And, of course, someone barks continuously the entire evening, not just because the doorbell rings, but because people dare to walk past the front window of the house. So it's always a bit chaotic, I must admit. So my Samhain celebrations tend to be quite separate. And as the only pagan, I kind of do my own thing. I think they meld. I think you can make them work together, like putting my altar in the front window and that kind of thing. Make it work. Make it work for you. Good morning, Cliff from Wickham. Yes, not far from me. Good morning, Maria. Thank you. Xenia, we're having rain for weeks in northern Germany, so no nice autumn walks in parks. No, I love the autumn, but not when it's wet. It's no fun when it's wet. Good morning, Lolly. Thank you very much. Let's get some of these up. Debbie, in Kew Gardens. Gosh, I haven't been to Kew Gardens for years. Oh, I'm going to write that on the. Kew Gardens. I'm going to write that on the Kitchen Witch Jollies list. You know, we have a list. We actually seriously have a list in Google Drive for Kitchen Witch Jollies, places we want to go to. I haven't been to Kew Gardens for years. Haven't assembled my sewing altar. I said hello, Crow, to Magnificent Crow, and as I walked away, he swooped at me from behind and gave me a thwack on the head. Now there's a message. Get that Samhain altar sorted. I don't have a specific Samhain altar. I have the one here, which is kind of my general altar. It's got a pumpkin on it for the season. There's some conkers on there as well. Well, I have a Kitchen Witch altar in the kitchen, funnily enough. That's got some conkers on it. Heather collected some beautiful autumn leaves on Tuesday, which were amazing. But I haven't specifically got a Samhain altar this year, I must admit. Emma, Mum's the one that does the Halloween bit. I do the Samhain bit for the reason I'm scared of people who come to the door. It is quite terrifying sometimes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Good morning, Jackie. Thank you very much. Good morning, Nicholas. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good morning, Tina from Nebraska. Goodness, what time is it in Nebraska? Maria, me and Jasmine went on Q's Halloween trail last week. Oh, okay. Missed out on that. That sounds good. Good morning, Beverly. Good morning, Jalala. Kerry, I get hundreds of kids tonight, 4 till 9. Well, it gets darker earlier, doesn't it, too? So, Christine, love your top. Yes, this was a birthday present. Let me stand up. It is. Grandma Witch, look. And on the sleeve, Winnie. This is what happens when your husband has control of the internet, of the computer for shopping. Yeah, that was one of my birthday presents. Good morning, Janet. Deb, would love to decorate my porch, but I have a very reactive miniature schnauzer, Merlin. Eric does bark continuously for the whole evening. But, he's a ferocious beast. So there you go. Emma, always have an ancestor altar throughout the year. I have got my ancestor altar up. Yeah, that's over there. That's got all the pictures of my ancestors on. But I tend to light a candle each for people who have died the past year, lighting one for Ozzy. Yes, that is a good call. That's a good call. He was an absolute legend. Tina, it's 4 a.m. What are you doing up at 4 a.m.? That's madness. Good morning, Sephora. Happy birthday, thank you. Is it one with a 0 or a 5? I ignore the ones in between. Oh, it's way past that. I am 57 years old today. Yes, my 57th birthday. So, well, there is a 5 in it, but no zeros. The next one will be a bigger 0, won't it? Yes, my top. My top is very sweet. Yeah, my first birthday as a grandma. Good morning, Angela. Thank you, Steve. Pomegranates. Yes, in the we've got a fantastic international supermarket near us, and they had a huge, massive pile of pomegranates in there this week. I was very tempted. Very tempted. In the garden for food for animals, plus any parting spirits or fae. Yes, I have. We've got a visiting squirrel at the moment, so I am putting out nuts in the garden at the minute. Always feed the birds, obviously. Emma, we have stew marking the beginning of soups, stews, and all the comfort food, including the naughty chocolate. Do you know what I'm going to make when I finished? When I'm finished here, I'm going to go make mince pies. I know it's only October, but I love mince pies, so I make the most of it, but I don't like shop-bought ones, so I will be making my own this morning. Right, Maria, okay, do you know what dusking is and what it entails? No, enlighten us, Maria. What is dusking? Anyone know what dusking is? Haven't heard that one. Sephora. Well done, Mr. Patterson, on the birthday gift giving. Yes, he's very good. He is very good. I had this top. I had another T-shirt about books. Had a beautiful bracelet. I have a little bracelet here. And it's got little hearts on it. And each heart has an initial of the members of the family, including the new Winnie, obviously. We have tickets to a Christmas concert as well. That's part of my birthday. I have had some brilliant presents. I've had some vintage brooches as well. What else have I had? Oh, this. This is amazing. Ooh. Look at this. This was from Heather. Heather made this for me. It is a beautiful shawl, and I'm going to use it as my meditation shawl. And I had the most amazing Sherlock Holmes book from Ness. So, yeah, amazing presents I have had. Absolutely amazing presents. I have been very lucky. Thank you, Cliff. Oh, Tina's getting ready to go to work. Oh, that's an early start. Thank you, Jalala. Thank you, Damien. Christine. Last night I did some drumming. Oh, it's a perfect time of the year to drum, isn't it? It's always the right time of the year to drum, let's be honest. To wake up some of my ancestors who were lazy. Yeah, okay, I can see that. Xenia, I used the name Halloween as well because it was used in early Wicca, but at the moment I feel more comfortable using Samhain to distinguish it from the trick-or-treating thing. Yes. In my country, at least northern Germany, it has recently been turned into groups of young men or teens doing heavy damage and violence. Oh, that's not good, is it? That is not good. The trick-or-treating thing is interesting. The trick-or-treating thing is American, but the whole idea of Samhain comes from Celtic peoples from Ireland, primarily, as far as I'm aware. We did, or they did, don't have any Irish ancestry, they did hollow out turnips. Seriously, hollowing out turnips is a mission. They are so hard. I would not be doing that. But they used to put the lanterns in the windows to frighten away the evil spirits. They used to put candles in the windows to guide the spirits. So the whole idea of the spirit world thing has its origins with the Irish folk. But the whole trick-or-treating thing is American. So it's a bit of a mishmash. Right, coffee time. Yes, it is a bit of a mismatch of information and things. But I think it is one of those things that you can meld, because it does have pagan origins somewhere along the line. Make it work for you, as we do with all things. Nicola, I do both as I have a son, but I separate them. After the madness of Halloween and the dog barking after 8ish, I then light candles and connect. Yeah, 2-stage kind of thing, I think, isn't it, when you have children? Yes. Good morning, Pia, my lovely. Thank you. Senia, love your Halloween jumper. Yes, my grandma witch jumper. It's a little bit mad. Can't really see it, can you? I haven't got a higher chair. Need a higher chair. Oh, yeah, there we go. There we are. Thank you, Nicola. Emma, allergic to pomegranate. That's an unusual one. Go with apples. Oh, apples are perfect for this time of the year, aren't they? Absolutely perfect. In fact, my daughter made us apple pie for my birthday celebration. Delish. Oh, still got one in the fridge. Excellent. Angela, my Peter says his best Samhain was 2006 when he received his divorce. Oh, okay, decree absolute. Yeah, that would do it. Jackie, favourite time of the year, but it's been ruined for us these past few years. Yeah, I'm with you. And now we are free, both very sick and stressed currently, so just carving a pumpkin and watching movies. I have had the lurgy. We've all had the lurgy, actually. We've all had really horrible coldy, fluey things. Just getting over that. So, yeah, make it about yourselves now, Jackie. Absolutely make it about yourselves. Good afternoon, Lucky Fairy Queen. Thank you. Yes, Senia, I have been very lucky. And the shawl is beautiful. Yes, very, very special. Sephora, that's a virus shawl. I don't know what one of those things is. It's my favourite to make too, Heather. Go full Stevie Nicks with them. I do have a Stevie Nicks one that is floor length that my mother made for me a few years back. Yeah. Steve, do you cleanse your vintage brooches or honour previous owners? It's interesting, isn't it? I love vintage stuff. All of my crockery, all of the plates we eat off of are all odd vintage ones. I don't have a set there. I just buy random vintage ones. I collect vintage depression glass. So I've got lots of glass there. All of the glass tends to go through the dishwasher just to make it clean and shiny. And it's for decoration. The plates obviously go through the dishwasher. But I do have a vintage brooch collection as well. It depends. I like to connect with them first if they feel okay. I haven't had any particularly that have had hinky vibes. I do like to do the bit of psychometry on them and find out if they've got a history, what history they've got, make a bit of connection. Generally, they're okay, and I stick with it, so I don't cleanse them because I like the vintage stuff to have personality and character. We've got a few pieces of old furniture that we've bought from charity shops. One in particular that's a sideboard that's got big drawers in it, and I think it must have come from a school. It's got that kind of vibe to it. Beautiful old piece of wood. I didn't cleanse it because it's got that history to it, and I love that it's got that personality. And the brooches the same. As long as they don't feel icky, I don't cleanse them. I let them keep their history. Maria, I think it's the time when the sky becomes its darkest. Oh, what, the dusking or something like that? And you're supposed to do something or just go to view it or something like that. I don't know. Dusking, that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Because dusk is that very, very liminal time of the day. Anyone else heard of dusking? Do we know about that? Might have to do some research on that. Diane. Sure, I still have the scars on the palms of my hands from hollowing out turnips. Yeah, I've never tried it, but I can imagine it. It's horrendous. They're so tough. Xenia, I recently saw a fabulous TV documentary about the history of Halloween Samhain, and now I want to move to Ireland. It is, I've not visited. It's another one on a list to go to, but it is supposed to be a beautiful country. Jane, this year I bought nothing but decent chocolate for the trick-or-treaters. Last year I got loads of horrible sticky things and we had a lot fewer calls than usual. My husband's still using the sweeties up and they've gone very gooey. So now I only buy stuff we can eat if it's left over. That sounds like a good plan to me, Jane. Absolutely. Angela, it's also my friend's birthday. I bought the herbarium cards for. Thank you to everyone that has placed orders for the herbarium cards. Our new project, our herbarium deck of cards. They are up on the Kitchen Witch online shop. We've had a ton of orders in. We are just waiting for the delivery of cards. Should be in next week, and then I will get them all shipped out to people. So thank you so much for that. Emma, that sounds yucky. Claire, guising. Yes, that's Scottish, I think. One of the Scottish traditions, isn't it? Knocking on doors. Basically, whatever the tradition is around this time of the year, it involves kids dressing up and knocking on doors and asking for stuff. Sweets or money or things. Beverly, we lost 4 people this month. Every one of them I lit a candle. I was asked why is this something to do with their soul? I think it's a way of honouring them, isn't it? Condolences, absolutely, to you. It's been a hell of a year, hasn't it? We've lost several very close people this year. It's definitely been a hell of a year for it. I think the candle is a way of honouring. It is a way of stopping and just spending a few moments thinking about that person, memories, remembering. But it is also about probably the original idea, I would guess, was to guide the souls into the other world. But it is whatever you want it to be, I think, isn't it? Good morning, Tina. Jalala. Be conducting a Samhain ritual in Second Life on Saturday with friends from around the world, and then I'll be doing a personal ritual in real life, our Meadow Grove, on Sunday. Brilliant. That sounds perfect. Absolutely perfect. Hannah, if I didn't have the children's Samhain, would be very quiet remembrance of my parents, candles and tears included. It's a bit of a job, isn't it? I am absolutely with you. It does become a thing of 2 parts, I think, when you have children, particularly ones that want to do the whole trick-or-treating things. It does become a 2-part thing, I think. Good morning, Steve. Have a big 0 coming up, not a 5 or a 6. That'll be 40 then, Steve, yeah? Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Leslie. Good morning. Xenia, the carved turnips. They do look scarier than pumpkins. They do, don't they? I think we need a toolkit from Ryobi to carve a turnip. Yeah, you definitely need a jackhammer or something, wouldn't you? Here we go. Dusking. Angela is dancing the sundown on the eve of the celebration. Oh, I like that idea. I didn't know it was called dusking. I like that. Is that all right if I do dad dancing though? Embarrassing dancing. I don't do beautiful, graceful dancing. I didn't realise that was called that. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Kerry. Yes, we've had some brilliant orders come in for the herbarium cards. Thank you. Thank you. I guess the dusking should have been yesterday. Well, yes and no, because I think for me, you know how I feel about the Sabbats and that they are periods of time and not just one date on the calendar. So I think if you want to dance in on the eve of this evening to welcome in November, that would work. That would work. You're very welcome, Beverly. Thank you. This is very true. Yes, we will give a nod to the very, very lovely Leslie Ann. Yes, we shared a birthday. We shared a lot of very, very similar views and ideas, and she was an amazing lady. Absolutely amazing. Janet, can't wait to order my deck. There's plenty of time. Plenty of time. Jalala probably says something about me that whenever you're saying dusking, I have a giggle. Sounds like something rude. I'm just being polite because I'm on camera. Steve, will the Herbarian cards be available at the Wandering Witches? No, unfortunately, we are not at Wandering Witches this year. The planets have not aligned for us. So we won't be there, unfortunately. We will be at the Wild Witchcraft Conference next year. We will be at Witchfest, but we won't have anything with us. Not at Wandering Witches. If anyone is local, though, Wandering Witches in November, brilliant fair. Pop along and have a look. Unfortunately, no, it didn't happen for us this time. Emma, I have a lantern that I light with an 8-hour candle to guide our ancestors and loved ones home. Just did it one year and continued the tradition in the family. Brilliant idea. I think it's a simple idea, and I think a lot of the simple ideas are the best ones. They don't take a lot of time and they don't take a lot of money. It's just your effort, your energy, your intent. Brilliant idea. Brilliant idea. Angela, when I was little, my dad used to drill with an auger on it to take the middle out for us to make the face carving a bit easier. Now I have seen some people doing it with the electric whisk. So the whisks whisk out all of the seeds and all the stringy bits. Don't forget to wash the seeds, though. Wash and dry the seeds from your pumpkin and use them for magical purpose. Pumpkin seeds are brilliant for prosperity magic. Absolutely brilliant. Jane, I was holding the urn containing our legendary ginger cat Trevor's ashes. Your cats have such brilliant names. When I suddenly became very emotional. It took me by surprise, but it felt necessary somehow. I think that is a big part of it, isn't it? It's a big part of this is to remember. It is about those that have passed before us. It is about taking that, allowing ourselves to remember, allowing ourselves that grief. Grief doesn't have a date stamp on it. It doesn't have a sell-by date on it. And sometimes it can come back out of the blue and smack you in the face. Go with it. Absolutely go with it. Peter thought we were talking about dusting. Oh, no, we don't want to be doing housework. No, let's not talk about that. Claire, seance. Does anyone do seances at this time of the year? Or any time of the year, really? It is supposedly easier this time of the year. But as I've said before, if you are trained in mediumship, then it doesn't matter what time of the year it is. Just be mindful that you know what you're doing. And remember that you're always in control. But it is the perfect time of the year for doing it, absolutely. Oh, yes, a whisk would be okay for pumpkin, not turnips or sweets. No, that would not work. Not work. Maria, wasn't any room for Milo's urn on my altar this year, so I put his photo there. I saw that. His photo looks brilliant in the middle of the altar. Absolutely brilliant. I think it is. I say I've got photographs on my ancestor altar of grandparents and great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents, which is amazing. But I've also got a couple of odd bits. So I have a brooch that belonged to my grandma, an RAF badge from my great-uncle. And it is just about that. Remember, we've talked about remembrance. You can't actually see them. I've got my poppies. I have poppies because it is that time of the year as well to be remembering those that fought and died for us so that we could live the lives that we live now. So yes, definitely that time of the year too. Question. Now, I've seen this come up a few times, and it's something that I was taught originally back, a million years ago when I first started learning, that Samhain is the end of the Celtic year and the beginning of the new Celtic year. And when I was taught it a million years ago, I thought to myself, God, does that make sense? Well, I guess I didn't really think about it. Samhain is summer's end. So it is the end of summer and we are moving into autumn. What makes it the Celtic New Year? I don't know. And actually, I've seen a few comments recently saying, where's this come from? There is no historical evidence of this. Anyone got any thoughts on that? Do you work with it as the Celtic New Year? And if so, why? I'm not judging. I just think it's interesting. I used to think, oh, Samhain. Now I do tarot readings on Samhain because it's a brilliant time of the year to do divination. And I used to do a spread for the coming year. I don't anymore because it doesn't. I don't know. It's one of those things I kind of fell out of because it didn't feel right. I don't know where the idea came from that it's the Celtic New Year. Should have done some research, really. Didn't. It's been a busy week. Does anyone work with it for that? Does anyone do any particular rituals or spell working that aren't connected with ancestors? I don't know. For me, it is more about celebrating the ancestors. But yeah, anyone do anything specific? Janet, have a tiny lamp with a flickering bulb that I keep on all the time. The candle things with electric battery powered candles are brilliant inventions, aren't they? Angela, plus pumpkins not so prevalent. No, because when I was younger, we didn't do Halloween. It wasn't a thing. There was no trick-or-treating. Vague recollection that I used to get the odd birthday cake that had a bit of a witchy theme. I have a couple of ornaments, witchy themed, that I was given as a child, but we didn't do trick-or-treating. I was in my 20s before trick-or-treating was really a kind of thing where I live anyway. So no, we didn't have pumpkins. Good morning, Jamie. Not been able to watch as I'm working Fridays now. Boo. Have had this week off though. Hurrah! Getting ready for some celebrations later this evening. Enjoy. Christine, I hate pumpkins, so I put a sign out to knock if you dare. I may have lots of chocolates left over. Do you hate pumpkins because you hate eating them or just hate pumpkins? I don't mind a decent pumpkin soup. I don't mind pumpkin in vegetable chilies and things like that. Not a huge fan of it, just kind of roasted on its own. I am drinking pumpkin spice latte. But it doesn't actually have any pumpkin in it. It's just got all the Christmassy spices, let's be honest. Angela, feel spring is a better new year. Yes, never understood celebrating New Year at the beginning of the middle. Yeah. Oh, I mean, we'll talk about that later on in the year. I do not do New Year's resolutions. January for me is for hibernating. January is my recuperation month. It is my sit and do nothing, well, as much as possible because I start a new job on January. But January is my kind of lay back, kick back, let's not do anything too complicated month, because new year, the new growth, the spring, the moving forward with stuff doesn't happen till February for me, because that's what the seasons do. Yes, I'm absolutely with you on that. Christine, if you don't have pumpkins, the kids don't knock. That is kind of a thing, isn't it? That seems to be a bit of a rule out here. If you've got a pumpkin out the front, they will ring the doorbell. If you don't have one, then they don't, which is a good rule of thumb, really. Maria, this would be, yes, a good time to cleanse the home. Can't do Cassandra's cold. Yeah, we've all had them here. It's rubbish. But it is a good time of the year to cleanse the home. Absolutely, I think. Susie, first and foremost, I see Samhain as a harvest festival. Well, it is the last harvest, isn't it? It's the third and final harvest of the year. It is the time when ancestors would have been literally slaughtering livestock that's not going to make it through winter so they can store the meat. It would be the last harvest to put away for the winter. It would be canning, bottling, pickling, basically saving as much food or storing and preserving as much food as you can to last you over the winter. We don't need to do that these days, obviously. And I'm not about to do pickling and jamming. I am very lucky that Ness and Heather do that, and I get the donations. Emma, always have a crocheted poppet on my ancestors' altar that I made for family past. I do work with the New Year on Samhain, but just because I prefer it from the official New Year, no fireworks. I think it's interesting to where it came from, where the idea came from. I think if it works, you know me, if it works, do it. Sephora. I haven't done a seance, but I do stalk my ancestors through genealogy, which is fascinating. Sometimes I wonder how grumpy they're about me, fussing about a life child they had. Yeah, leave me alone. Actually, Sephora, how do you work with it? Because Sephora's in New Zealand, so technically it's not your Samhain, is it? But how do you work with, I'm assuming, do you still have Halloween celebrations? Do people do the trick-or-treating? Interesting. Christine, oh yeah, no, don't eat those, Christine. Good for hedgehoggles. Yes, we did. We carved a pumpkin a couple of weeks ago for Winnie. There'll be photos with Winnie and a pumpkin. So I did put it out in the garden, and it is mush now, and it has all sorts of wonderful insect life in it. Good morning, Monique. Thank you very much. Cliff, I think it was the film E.T. Yeah, it may well have been, wasn't it? It was about that time that popularised the American Halloween customs. That was 80s, wasn't it? Miss the 80s. Maria, makes more sense in spring as everything is new. Yes, to me that makes sense. Why would Samhain be the Celtic New Year? I don't know. I am going to have to do some research on that. Xenia, only directly contact the free and healed ancestors, for example, the ancestor ally in shamanic work. It prevents from dealing with unhealed ancestors, transgenerational patterns that can be a burden. That's a big word for so early in the morning. But yes, I get that. I do get that, absolutely. I think it is about knowing what you're doing when you are contacting the other world. Emma. If it has a true history to it, then it's a bonus. But I've never really found anything that's convinced me that it's Celtic. I just call it my new year. Go for it, Emma. Yeah, I don't know what the history behind it is. Jane, don't do pumpkin, but the kids still knock because I have a life-size skeleton stood under the elder tree. That'll do it. That will do it. Xenia, Samhain time approaches. I feel the urge to declutter and give away stuff. I think autumn does that, doesn't it? It is that kind of flip side to spring cleaning, is to have an autumn clean too. Yes, I do. I feel that too, absolutely. Yes, Sephora has a good word for sicking. Good morning, Tony. Thank you. Susie, I see Samhain as the end of the year, and then there's a period of dark before the new year starts after Yule. The dark period is like being back in the womb preparing for rebirth. I think winter is, isn't it? Winter is definitely a time of inner work, of reflection, of hibernation. For me, that's kind of November, December, January. That's my winter hibernation. Spring for me doesn't start till February, but it has to work for you, doesn't it? It has to be right for every person. Sephora, Halloween is here, but it's the commercial driven plastic. So Bar humbug. It's Beltane, so trees in blossom and gardening jobs are plenty. But being a liminal time, I definitely connect with the answers. Yes, it's just a flip, isn't it? So the veil is thin for you as well, because it's Beltane. Interesting though, still doing the plasticky, rubbishy stuff, which is a shame, isn't it? Xenia, Samhain as New Year doesn't feel right for me either. Winter solstice does, as the new circle of the sun starts. Yes, it is the sun being reborn, isn't it? It is the sun beginning to shine again. Excuse the pun. Steve, regarding New Year, in bulk has always been my favourite time. That for me is the New Year. Yes, I am. That works for me perfectly. Yes, Steve says roasted pumpkin seeds are very tasty, very nice. Any leftover seeds go in the garden as pumpkins are easy to grow, and when bloom, they have beautiful large flowers. Yes, perfect. You're doing the whole circle then, aren't you? You are doing that whole circle of life, basically. Brilliant. Emma also heard it being called the Witch's New Year. Yeah, I think it does. It ties in with that idea that it is the Celtic New Year, isn't it? Which I don't know. I don't know. Jane, maybe Samhain is Celtic New Year because it's a reminder of the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, and gestation could take us up to spring and Imbolc. Yes, it could be, couldn't it? Is it? Is it the whole the story of the god and the goddess from the Wiccan belief? Perhaps that's where it stemmed from. And of course, Celtic is such a dodgy word to use. It is such an umbrella word for all sorts of things. I think when a lot of people, when they say Celtic, they think of Welsh and Irish, but it is so much bigger than that. It is a very strange umbrella term. Tina, like to just sit quietly at the end of the evening with a drink of whatever and a cake and a white candle. I'm all up for the cake, obviously. Thinking about friends and family that have passed. That is yes, that's pretty much what I've always done, particularly when the children were younger and we did the whole Halloween thing. It was come the evening when they'd gone to bed and I could sit and just take that moment to connect with the ancestors. Absolutely. Xenia, I've always inherited trauma and never inherited a castle in the Transylvanian mountains. That would be very cool, wouldn't it? We could do the castle in the mountains. That would be lovely. Claire may go for a reading with the seventh son of a seventh son that a friend recommended. That's the thing, isn't it? The seventh son of a seventh son, or the seventh daughter of a seventh daughter. Magic in numbers, absolutely. But definitely go because they're recommended and not for any other reason. Make sure they have been recommended would be the most important thing for me. Diane, Imbolc almost feels like the start of the new year. The snowdrops and very first hints of spring tend to start showing at this time of the year, as well as the first hints of the days lengthening. Yes, for me, the new year should start with that. So the new year starting when it's about to get dark and I won't say dismal because I love the autumn and the winter, but now the nights are drawing in, it doesn't make any sense to me that would be the start of a year. Lucky Fairy Queen. Guess the New Year thing probably comes from Samhain being the first festival of the year in the Wheel of the Year books. Not sure though. I think it probably comes first in the books because it's the witch's favourite. I'm guessing it is because it's the witch's favourite. I don't know. Is there a specific order for the Sabbath, for the Wheel of the Year? I mean, I'm trying to think what I did in my book when I wrote about festivals. I think I started with Imbolc. Is there a set order? I don't know. Samhain's definitely the witch's favourite, isn't it? I would think. Janet, just getting my winter wardrobe together. Yes, it is. It is jumper time. Lucky Fairy Queen. Not reflective of the energy, though, I guess. That's Imbolc for sure. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It is interesting. Yes, Christine says, blessed Beltane to our Southern Hemisphere lovelies. Sephora. Halloween was degraded once Disney arrived in New Zealand. We never had trick-or-treating before that. Yeah, I think that's where it's come from, hasn't it? Oh, nice. Yes. Steve says pumpkin seeds roasted with a dash of soy sauce. Steve's are always right. I'm not going to comment on that. Angela, we've just been looking at a house in the Parthian Mountains in Transylvania that you're considering buying. Oh, we'll buy it and we'll all come and visit, Angela. Definitely. Steve, do you do anything with the Kalech? Not specifically Samhain, but in October, yes. As soon as I start feeling her energy, which was the beginning of October, she's with me all year. She's with me all the time. But during the spring and summer months, she takes a bit of a back seat. She occasionally groans and mumbles about stuff, but she takes a back seat. Come the beginning of October, once you start to feel that autumn chill in the air, she steps forward. I do have a welcoming ritual that I work with her on. I do set up her altar. I've got her. It's on this side of it, but she has got an altar here on that side. The Sulis things get shifted over a bit. This whole side of the altar is all the Kalak, so I bring out all of her things. But that's usually more the beginning of October. She starts to step forward, and she will be now in full throttle until Beltane. I do. She's there. Absolutely. It is the witch's favourite. Samhain's got to be the witch's favourite. It's not my favourite. Yule is my favourite. Just saying. Diane, we consider the wheel more of a spiral. And yes, so at any point on that, it's the starting point. Yes, I think of it like that. I think of it that it is a spinning wheel. It is always turning. So it doesn't matter where you jump on it. That's the start for you. Yes, that makes sense. Natalie, sometimes I find it hard to change what you're talking about with the Southern Hemisphere. That's because there are differences, Natalie. There are differences. Obviously, in the Southern Hemisphere, you have Halloween now, but your energies are going to be different. The veil is thin, no matter where you are in the world at the moment. So you will have a connection to the other world that's stronger. The energies really are quite different, for sure. But then I think it has to work wherever you are. I don't, not necessarily just because you're completely on the other side of the world. Where I am now, the leaves are changing. Autumn is here. But in America somewhere, or in Scandinavia, or even different parts of Great Britain, the weather is going to be slightly different. It's going to be a few weeks ahead, a few weeks behind, or completely different. For me, the Sabbats have to work for where you are. So connect with the energies of where you are. Not because a book or an internet says, here's the list of correspondences for Samhain, for example. Here's a list of correspondences. It has to work for where you are. I mean, we've got pumpkins, but not everywhere in the world grows pumpkins. So have something that is connected to where you are and makes sense to you. Maria, with the way nature has changed, the wheel order isn't really in order. I think that is, that's kind of on the theme of what I'm saying. You have to, Mother Nature doesn't follow the calendar. She doesn't flip the page over and go, oh, look, it's Samhain today. I must drop all the leaves off the trees. She works differently wherever you are in the world, and each year will be different as well. The seasons are definitely changing. It is getting warmer. It is getting warmer for sure. So it has to work where you are, and taking into consideration that the Sabbath isn't just one date. Samhain isn't just 2 day. It was 2 or 3 weeks beforehand. Was the build up 2 or 3 weeks after, from now on, is the waning. Waxing, waning. You've got 6 weeks of each Sabbath. You've got the build up, the date, and then the waning. And then you move into the next Sabbath. It is flowing. It is ever turning. It's a wheel. It doesn't stay still, it moves. But it also has to connect with where you are. It's a harvest festival. It's the last harvest of the year. But what we harvest in England will be different to what you harvest in Nebraska. It's going to be different. So you're going to have different correspondences as well. It's your area. It's your connection to the land. It's your Sabbath. Make it work for you and make it relevant to you. Yeah, small lecture, but yes. If the old year ends at Samhain and the new year starts with Imbolc, that gives us a great window for hibernating. Yes, I do like to hibernate. Yes, definitely. I do. I love this time of the year. It is a year for just taking a breather and looking back over what's happened, what's done, what's worked, what hasn't worked, and then just spending some time inner work, thinking about things, deciding what you want to do moving forward. Yeah, absolutely. Emma, when I work with the Celtic deity, I actually say where they're from instead of saying Celtic. Just makes it easier for me to remember where they're primarily from. Yeah, and that for me is important too. Absolutely, because Celtic is such a tricksy word. Sephora, anyone got any new witchy programs that have appeared at this time of the year or good Samhain books? Do you know, as far as thinking about that, next week, why don't we do fiction books and TV programs? We haven't done that for a while, and I've got some new ones to share. So maybe next week we'll do good, witchy, spooky fiction books and things. So have a think, and we'll put a list together. Yeah, Xenia, you and me both. We're very jealous of Angela buying a house in Transylvania. That's very cool. Maria, the Kalak has definitely one foot out of her abode already. She has indeed. I wish she'd stop making it quite so wet, though. Sephora, the Kalak visited New Zealand last week with frosty for spring, snow and hurricane winds. She obviously had a transporter between hemispheres. She's a bit of a globetrotter. Although her roots are primarily Ireland, Scotland, not actually found in England, really. There is a fantastic video that Mattie's done over on Moonbooks about the Kalak and her English presence. She's in England in the form of stone circles. But as the Kalak specifically, you won't really find her much in England. She is Ireland, Scotland. But she's a bit of a globetrotter. You will find her in all sorts of places across Europe as well. And, maybe even further afield. So she obviously went on a jolly to New Zealand as well. Emma, first worked with the Morrigan on Samhain, so it just made sense to also work New Year on Samhain for me. If it works for you, absolutely go for it. Steve, closing the title. It's wheel. Yes, wheels don't have beginnings or ends or middles. They are continuous. Indeed, that's how it works. Angela, it's between the Carpathians or the Balkans. Undecided yet, as haven't quite found the one. Oh, we're all rooting for Transylvania. You know that, don't you? Thank you very much, Sylvia. Thank you, Ruth. Jalala, the Sandman would be awesome to watch this time of the year if you didn't see the recent series yet. Thank you for that. I still haven't seen that one. I know people have said it's good. Jane, between Yule and time to do shadow work. Yeah, I think any of the winter months from November, December, January, excellent for shadow work, inner work, definitely. Susan, need more winter reading. Yes, let's do that next week, shall we? Yes, definitely. We'll have a fiction recommendations next week. I have got some good ones. My husband actually has taken to buying me random books each birthday and Christmas, ones that he's seen come up on Facebook or whatever. And I've just finished book 13 of an amazing series. I'll share it with you next week. And then I've got another new one that he bought for my birthday. So we'll see what that one's like as well. So yeah, fiction recommendations next week. Emma, hello. No, I haven't quite finished yet. Emma Scardy's coming to the forefront for me now too. Yes, it's her time of the year as well. Yes, fascinating goddess. Angela, the location for the Nevermore School in Wednesday is Transylvania. Okay, with a bit of CGI to goth it up. A lot of the first series was filmed in Romania. A lot of the second series filmed in Ireland. Interesting. I haven't seen Wednesday yet either. I know. Yes, that is Eric. It's a bit dark, isn't it? Because you're on a dark green blanket as well. I think it's important to connect with the energies wherever you are. We talked about ancestors last time, but I think it is about the energy of the season. I think it is, as Susie said, it is the third and final harvest. So for me, there's also a bit of gratitude to this time of the year as well. It is that thank you for Mother Earth for providing all of the things, and for all the farmers that have done all the work, obviously, to provide those things. To be grateful for what you have, food-wise, friends, family. I am eternally grateful for all of the friends and family for this year. It's been a tough one in places. But gratitude, yes. To me, that's what harvest is about. And as this is the third one of the and final one of the year, it's a brilliant time to just stop and be a little bit thankful. Ancestors, definitely. But also, I think perhaps it is recognizing the energy of the turning of the wheel. It is recognizing that we are about to enter a different phase, whether you are here in the Northern Hemisphere and we're about to enter the dark half of the year, or dark 3 months, I guess. We're in the dark half, dark 3 months of the year, or whether you're in the Southern Hemisphere and you are in that springtime of the year. It's a transitional time. We are about to enter a different phase. So I think it's about recognizing that too. But it is connect with the energies where you are, because they're all going to be different. Connection. You know me. That's my key word, connection. I am getting a lot of side-eye, Jalala, yes. Because he thought I'd finished. Jamie, as I will be back at work next week, can I recommend a book now? Pocket Full of Crows. Don't know that one. That sounds interesting. Thank you for that. Yes, we'll do that next week. That sounds like fun. What else have we got going on? So there's going to be a winter ritual. Kitchen Witch winter ritual online is focused on the Kalach. Of course it is. That's dates for that up on the website. Zephora. Please thank Ness for the crystal skull video. Yes, Ness works with crystal skulls primarily, more than any other crystals. She's done a video over on the Kitchen Witch YouTube channel about her crystal skulls. And it's fascinating. So do hop on over and have a look, because they are quite a different entity all of their own. Sylvia, first time the Kalach presented herself to me, I thought I had a vision of how I look when I'm old. Initially, I didn't see her that clearly, but then she gave me her name and I was so impressed with her presence. Fits as autumn and winter are my favourite time of the year. Yes, me as well. It is my favourite time of the year. And of course, the Kalach is blind in one eye. So she's a seer. She is divination, which Samhain is perfect for. Whatever divination you work, do it today, because it will be supercharged. It's like going to your fast food joint and, going large. So any divination you work with today is going to be supercharged. Absolutely. Absolutely. Eric does. He cracks me up too. Christine, tell Ness I absolutely loved her video. It's brilliant. She's on grandma duties today, so I will let her know. The crystal skulls are amazing. Thank you. Yes. Jalala. Yes, this is what he's saying. This is what Eric's saying. Susan, Ness's Crystal Skull video is so good. Do have a look. It is brilliant. Keep an eye on their social media. Have a look on the websites for all the events. If anyone's going to Witchfest in November, myself, Ness and Heather will be there. I will be doing a talk on prosperity magic. My prosperity magic book is out this month. If anyone's ordered the prosperity hoard from the Kitchen Witch shop, they went out yesterday, so hopefully you will be getting them today. There's a couple left if anybody wants them. We have signed copies of all the books. We have our herbarium cards. They're on the Kitchen Witch online shop as well. Loads of stuff. And of course, we've got our online retreat next year as well, which is that we've had quite a number of people book on already, so that should be fun as well. So whatever you are doing, connect with the energies today and see where it takes you. Have fun with it. Celebrate the time of year wherever you are. And next week, come ready with all of your witchy fiction. And we'll see where that takes us as well. So thank you everyone for joining me. I'm going to go and finish my pumpkin spice latte. And Eric's here already. Yeah, we finished now. You're all right. Have a brilliant time, whatever you're doing, wherever you are in the world and wherever you are on the wheel. Enjoy it. Thank you, everyone. Yes, Monique, thank you. I will get your order packed up today for you. Take care, everyone. And I will see you all again next time.